What's up? Welcome. I am so glad you are here listening and spending time with me today. Release Your Inner Power talks about life, the trenches, the decisions, and the wins that we have now, today, and that have experienced in our past. There are stories, encouragement, tools, and tips to take those next steps to release that inner power and connect with something that is said or someone, a special guest maybe, that will boost your week. I am your host, Shauna B. Here we go. Welcome back to Boost Your Week with Ignited Decisions. I am your host, Shauna B., and I am so happy to be with you here this fine day and you spending time with me. This week, we're going to talk about creating a daily schedule that works for you. Do you find that maybe you are struggling to fit it all in, or, oh, I forgot to do this, or, oh man, I knew I should have done that, or, man, I really need to get that gutter fixed over on the side of my house, and oh my gosh, I forgot to get my oil changed. Anyone feel like that? We're going to talk about building a schedule that works for you and not against you, and we're going to get a little bit into time blocking that can help you out with that. It's just an added tool for that. I have, I guess we'll call them seasons of feeling like I can't even, or feeling stuck and always seeing that one thing that needs to be done. It starts to eat at me until it's finished. One of those things was my lawn being mowed. I would be working, running and doing the after school activities, spending time with my kids. I'd come home from the activity, look at my grass and be like, shoot, I forgot to mow the lawn. Okay, I can do that tomorrow. And then I'd go inside and, the time whirlwind happens when you're a mom and you have all the things to do. And then it's the next day. And sometimes it's 2 days later. And then you look out the window and you're like, oh yeah, I should have mowed that lawn. My bad. And then it's like, oh, now it's been a week and I haven't even mowed my lawn. It's even longer. Now I really have to mow my lawn. That's what I mean by until it's finished, until you go out and you find the time to do the thing and you get it done. Or maybe you're avoiding it and putting it on the to-do later plan that sometimes turns into the next year-ish plan. Like, I don't know, having to fix something that needs to be fixed in your house, or painting the walls. Let's say that, painting the walls of your house, where you're like, okay, I just need to do this. Oh, I'll do it next week, or I'll do it next month now because of this. And then it ends up turning out to be the next year you might be painting your house, right? And these are just examples. But when I have a plan for the actual day, there is way less stress, way more things get done. I save time, and I'm super focused on the time that I do have for the thing that I made, like the time blocking thing. So I need to mow my lawn at, 5 p.m. because 6, 7, and 8, I'm going to be busy. But if I do it at 5, I can still do these other things. So then I'm super focused to get my lawn mowed at 5. I feel way more productive at the end of the day. Amazing and super efficient. Like, heck yeah, I did all that today and I feel good about it. I don't feel rushed. I don't feel like, oh, I should have done that. Either way, I feel good about it. And, I'm going to do it again tomorrow. I'm going to do something else tomorrow. I was totally that person that would just do things as they come up, not really have a plan. I'm just getting by day to day. Things would get forgotten. They would never get finished. I felt scattered all the time. I was always overwhelmed. Once I started making a plan and having a daily schedule of things, like my non-negotiable things, the things that I really needed to do, like today I need to go to the grocery store, I need to get my oil changed, and I need to make time with my kiddos. I call it like their own individual time, where I spend 20 minutes with each of them individually. And that, I need to make time for that. It's like making an appointment and following through with it. It changed everything for the better. And I wanted more of it. When I started utilizing it and actually doing the schedule that I was making for myself, I wanted more of that. And then as you go through it, as you go through your schedule and you make it, you tweak it to better fit you, to benefit you more. So here are some tips to create a schedule that works for you and not against you. Because we don't want you feeling drained, overwhelmed, stressed out, or constantly anxious about this plan that you have. If that's the case, that's not the type of schedule or daily plan for you. Many things can be shifted: when it's happening, how much is on there, how much pressure you're putting on yourself. If you want to feel accomplished, rest when needed, not thinking about what should be done, but feeling really good about your day, use a planner, use a routine, use your, I want to say, to-do list. But have it all in one little space, whether it's on your phone, whether it's on a piece of paper, whether it's actually in a planner. Okay? So use your morning routine or your evening routine to plan your day. Both of these set an amazing tone for the next day. Which one is for you? Are you a morning person where you do it that day, you plan your day, you sit down and have that? Or is it right before you go to bed? These are the things that I would like to accomplish tomorrow. And have that in your routine. If it's part of your routine, you are more likely to follow through with it and get those things accomplished and done. Prioritizing your tasks. I have a notebook of paper where I brain dump everything in one place. I'm talking about thoughts, hikes I want to do, vacations I want to go on, memories I want to make with my children, things I have to do to fix the house, things I want to clean out of the house, like which rooms do I need to purge to get all that stuff I'm not using anymore out of the house to go to the Goodwill and hopefully not ride around in my trunk for 2 months before it gets there. You know what I'm saying? Those types of things all just get dumped out onto a piece of paper because I don't want all that busyness all up in my head clouding everything else that I have to do during the day. Get that out in one place. Then I pick out the things that I know, let's say for the month that you're in. What are these things that are more pressing that need to be done now? And that's how I start prioritizing my tasks. The ones that need to be completed sooner than later. And I pick 3 to 5. But 3 that have to be done the day that I'm planning. I like to do 5 sometimes because there are days that I rock the 3 tasks and I have time to do more things or more tasks, and those things need to be done, right? So I always pick 5, but the 3, I have my 3 top priority and then my 2 cushion tasks, if you will. So if those 3 get done, I have 2 more for backup if I want to do them, but they're not a non-negotiable. They are if and when. If you are somebody that is more productive in the morning, try putting out of those tasks the most challenging one for that time. I'm sure you've heard of the saying, eat the frog. You do the challenging task first in your more motivated, productive time because it's easier for you to accomplish and get done than moving to the easier ones that weren't going to be as difficult. The tasks that are not as hard or the ones that are usually the repeatable ones, you can usually put those in a less productive time or when it's like a time where you're like, man, I'm not really feeling it, but you'll do it anyway, right? Using a planner, a daily planner, a worksheet, a notebook can totally help you keep track of the tasks that you want to do. It will remind you, especially when it's a habit change. If you're not somebody that's used to doing it, you're going to have to come up with a way that's going to help remind you or be in either a visual cue, an alarm cue, sound cue, something that can give you a little boost in remembering the change at first until it becomes something that is more of a habit. It takes time. It takes practice to get something down that you're going to be doing. So if you forget, if you fall off the wagon, if you will, where you don't get the things done that day because maybe the day that you had planned totally went sideways because we're in this thing called, life, and sometimes that happens, it's okay. Give yourself grace. You are in today. You are not in tomorrow. You are in today. So give yourself grace. Get through whatever that situation is or that time that you need is. Tomorrow is a new day and you just try again tomorrow. If you get one task done and you don't get the other 3 done, if you will, that's okay. Move your number 2 task up to number 1 the next day and try again and try again. You only fail if you give up and stop trying. Just one at a time. One at a time. Now, going back to your tasks. The ones that you want to get done. What are tasks? What are those? Everything. Everything is a task. What do I mean by that? I am talking if you want to sit for 20 minutes in the morning with a nice warm cup of coffee, looking out your window, that's a task. That can be on your top 3. If you're a person that doesn't want to do anything for 30 minutes and you want to be alone in silence and just sit for 30 minutes, total task. If you have a new habit that you're trying to do, maybe you're trying to move your body in the morning, maybe you're trying to journal, maybe you're trying to start something new by making shakes in the morning, that's a task, right? If you want to watch TV with your partner, spouse, or child later on in the day, that's also a task. There's such a range here. It goes from house chores to making phone calls to text messaging people, checking in, to projects that you need to do, whether it's inside the house, outside the house, whether it's at work or it's not. You make this list what you want that is going to help you the most, that has you feeling better at the end of the day, that has you boosting yourself. Okay? Now, time blocking. Let's chat about that a little bit. So many things you can do for time blocking. You can make an appointment in your phone, on your calendar, or in your planner, and you can put this time I am going to, mow the lawn, or sit with my kiddo, or sit in silence with my coffee looking out the window, and set a timer for 20 minutes. And when that 20 minutes is up, then continue on about your day, but setting a timer. Or maybe the eating the frog thing, the thing that's really hard, that the task in your more productive time that you need to do, and it's just really hard to get started. Okay, we'll just start for 2 minutes. Just start for 2 minutes. And in that 2 minutes, if you get it done, can I do more time? Yes, you can. And keep going until you get to about 15, 20-minute blocks. Stop, check in. Can I do more here, or am I done? Either way is okay. You can do more, 15 more minutes. 15 more minutes. If you can't, that's all right. Walk away. You can come back and do 15 more minutes another time. Because you are just 15 more minutes further now than you were yesterday. You're still making progress with that time blocking. So think about that too. Timers and time blocking are your friend. They will help you immensely, especially if it is a huge project that you know is going to take a lot of time and you can't do it all at once. That is okay. If you break it down into sizable chunks that you are able to do, you will get there faster than burning yourself out. Okay? So creating a schedule, daily schedule that works for you. I have what I call a me time planner worksheet that can be used for this too. You don't have to just use it for me time. You can use this for your daily planner. I will put the link to download this in the show notes, and you can grab it there just for a template if you want to start utilizing a planner and then kind of shift and mold it to what is best for you in creating that schedule that works with you and not against you. Thank you again so much for spending time with me. I hope that these tips and tools boost your week this week. And as usual, send me anything that you liked about this episode or that you want to hear for a future episode. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next week. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the conversation, learned something new, or got some gems to take away that will boost your week. I release a new episode each week, so make sure to click that follow button to not miss what is coming next. If you love the show or want to share a story, send me a quick message. I love hearing from listeners. If you know someone who needs this episode in their life, go ahead and share it with them. I'm sure they would love you for it. If you are looking to connect more, check out the show notes for all the social links, my website. I would love to hear how this episode helped you and what you loved about it. If there's a topic you want to hear about, send that too. All right, ladies, now is the time to release your inner power.